Namaste. My message to everyone is to stop calling Hinduism a religion, because hundreds of thousands of years ago, when Sanatana Dharma, which we call as Hinduism, took birth on the banks of rivers like Indus, Ganges, Brahmaputra, there was no such thing as a religion. The religion started 2000 years ago after the birth of Jesus Christ. And Islam and Christianity came after that. Apart from all that, there are no words Hindu or Hinduism in any other Hindu scriptures. Once again, actual name is Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana in Sanskrit means that which is anadi, beginningless, and that which is eternal and everlasting. It was Persians who came to India during the 1st century BCE, or maybe even before that, gave the name Hindu and Hinduism. Because in the Persian language, H and S are interchangeable. So, see people living near the banks of the river Indus, and then they call it Hindus, and Hinduism took birth. So coming back to the subject, it is a big mistake to call Hinduism a religion. No way we can equate Sanatana Dharma, at least 10,000 to 20,000 years old. Even by Max Muller's estimate, it is 6,000 years old, calling it a religion. Let us examine what religion is all about, step by step. First, religions have a founder. Hinduism doesn't have a founder. It doesn't have a hierarchy. It only has thousands of scriptures. Second, the religion says very, very strict do's and don'ts, like 10 commandments, etc. Hinduism doesn't have anything like that. We have Yama Nemas in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, but that is not considered very universal in Hinduism. As a Hindu, you have every right to go to a temple as well as not to go to a temple. Nobody is forced you to do anything in Hinduism. Religion. They believe in one God, their God, and they believe every other God is a false God. Hinduism never states something like that. The Rig Veda only said, Egam Sat Vipra Bahuta Vadanti. God or truth is one, but learned call God or truth by many names. So you can worship God with any name as far as Hindu concerned. You can worship God Krishna, Shiva, then Sati or Parvati. Even you have no problem calling God as Ayyappa or even Jesus Christ. We have no problem. Hindus have no problem going and worshipping in a synagogue or in a mosque or in a church or in a temple or in a gurudwara. Because Hindu sees his or her personal God in all those places of worship. Once again, religion has one holy scripture. Hinduism have hundreds, if not thousands, of holy scriptures. Fifth, the religions believe only through their religion one can attain salvation. Hinduism never ever say that. Salvation is a birthright of everyone. According to Hindu scriptures, anyone who searches after truth will finally attain salvation. Nobody is denied salvation as far as Hinduism is concerned. You don't even have to be a Hindu to attain salvation. And salvation actually in Hinduism means realizing one is the immortal soul within the body called Atman, and giving up the false belief that the real I is the body. And that is the reason why Hindu salvation is known as self-realization, realizing the self. Now, 6, belief in eternal damnation or a living hell. They believe unless we follow their religion, we will end up in hell forever. Hindu scriptures never ever wrote that. Everybody will attain salvation. The best among us will attain salvation in one life. The worst among us will attain salvation in many lives. Religions like Christianity, Islam, etc. do not believe there is immortal soul within the body, which we call Atman. That belief in Atman is only you see in Eastern religions like Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, Sikhism, etc. Even Namaste came from the firm belief that the real I within us is Atman. When you say Namaste, you are actually saying the God within me, prostrate or in front of the God within you. Because there is only one God. And Adi Shankara said, there is nothing but God. From all these things I conclude, Hinduism is not a religion. Instead, it is a science like physics, chemistry, or mathematics. Everything in Hinduism is the result of thousands of years of research into truth. And you may say, why I say that? Look at Rig Veda, Purusha creation hymn of Purusha Sukta. At the last few lines tell you that people were searching that time. It says, who knows from where creation comes? Who created this creation? Maybe gods in heavens know about it. Or maybe not. They might have come after creation. Now let us look at it. The people who wrote these scriptures, they are called rishis. And they were not preachers. They were actually scientists whose whole aim was to find out truth. They didn't have any other agenda whatsoever. They never beat up anybody who disagrees with them. They even debated atheists. And they also said absolute freedom of thoughts and actions is a cardinal principle of Hinduism. Even an atheist has the right to condemn Hinduism in public and still proudly say, I am a Hindu. That is the reason why I say Hinduism is a science, not a religion. That is also the reason why we don't convert any Hinduism. Hindus never convert anybody to Hinduism. People who convert to Hinduism are people who fall in love with Hinduism. It is just John Lennon and Steve, the founder of Apple, all fell in Hinduism and they became Hindus. For example, many of the physicists and who are as well as astronomers who are influenced by Hinduism is Erwin Schrödinger, Robert Oppenheimer, Niels Bohr, Carl Sagan, Nikola Tesla, etc. Nobody told Robert Oppenheimer to study Bhagavad Gita when he was conducting research to to invent atom bomb during the Second World War. And when the first atom bomb detonated, he even quoted a verse from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, 12th verse. He said, I am death, devourer of all. These things show us people are attracted to Hinduism like bees getting attracted to a flower. And bees do not send invitations. No, sorry, flower doesn't send invitations to bees to come to it. Bees automatically come when they see a flower. People embrace Hinduism without we even sending a postcard to them to join us. Voltaire said, I may not disagree with what you say, but I will defend to death your right to say it. Hinduism is like that. It is a breathing specimen of what Voltaire wrote. As a Hindu, you have every right to disagree with everything taught in Hinduism, Hindu scriptures, and you have every right to agree also. But what happened to other parts of the world did not happen in India. Just like I said, Rishis even allowed atheists like Charvaka, founder of atheistic philosophy, to condemn them as well as debate them. Because they believe, Rishis believe, Satyameva Jayade, truth alone will triumph, never falsehood. So comparing to Hinduism to other religions does not make any sense at all. Since Hinduism is science, it allowed Charvaka to say Vedas are written by buffoons and Hindu gods are made up gods. What happened to Charvaka? Nothing. He was not beaten up. He was not strangled. He died in bed with old age. Whereas William Tyndale, 1494-1536 CE, who published the very first translation of Holy Bible into English, was condemned as a heretic, beaten, strangled, and burned at stake, since church did not approve the translation. Whereas on 26 February 1616, Galileo was formally banned and banished by the Roman Catholic Church for teaching and defending the opinion that Earth orbits Sun. The funniest part of it is, many centuries ago, the 4th century CE, Aryabhatta wrote Surya Siddhanta, in which he calculated the diameter of the Sun, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, as well as the distance from Earth to Sun, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, etc. You may ask, why Hindus give so much importance to 108? Because Aryabhatta found, when you take the diameter, the distance between Earth to Sun, and divide it by the diameter of the Sun, you get 108. They also found, when you take the distance between Earth to Moon, and divided by the diameter of the moon, you get 108. Once again, when Europe was in dark ages, India had the first university in the world, Takshila University, during 700 BCE, long before the birth of Jesus Christ. So once again, please treat Hinduism as science, and we should stop calling Hinduism religion. Namaste. Hari Om.